ITV GMB, the biggest betrayal is by Brexiteers Chuka Umunna SPAT with Nigel Farage. Chuka Umunna disagreed with Nigel Farage on Good Morning Britain this morning. The pair exchanged blows over Brexiteer betrayal and lies told to the country in the run-up to the 2016 referendum. Labour MP Chuka Umunna and former UKIP member Nigel Farage were interviewed this morning by Piers and Susanna Reid in the wake of Morgan's interview with President Donald Trump. The pair were asked to discuss Brexit and President Donald Trump's opinions on how Prime Minister Theresa May ought to be tackling the situation. Farage explained it's his view that Parliament isn't carrying out the will of the people. He said, "It's been a disaster from the start. What Theresa May is trying to do is placate both sides of the argument in her party. And by doing this she's pleased no one. She's in real trouble over this. Parliament is in real trouble over this. People who voted for Brexit are being betrayed." But Chuka was quick to disagree, as he quickly chimed in saying, "The biggest betrayal of all has been by Brexiteers to this country. They made a whole bunch of promises, £350 million extra per week for the NHS. Nigel himself said it definitely will be beneficial for our economy, seems to be rowing back on that. They are now working hand in glove quite clearly with the Trump administration." But Piers couldn't help but question Chuka and challenge the MP's stance. Piers questioned him over whether there will be an economic hardship once Brexit happens. Asked how he knows we'll have massive economic hardship post-Brexit, Umunna continued, "Look, at the end of the day, you have to look at the evidence. We already know that we've seen a massive inflationary impact from the Brexit vote, which has meant that people are paying more. We've seen wage depreciation as well. But in the long term, the Prime Minister herself has said that we're going to have less access to our biggest market, and necessarily that's going to have an impact on the economy. Pretty much the economic consensus is that we are going to take a big hit. The government's own research says that as well. The rubber is hitting the road on this process now. That's why Justin Greening and other people are saying we do need to refer the deal back to the people." Chuka added, "We had a referendum in 2016 which was about whether or not to leave the EU. Nigel said himself we can't resolve the issue, and we're a country that is divided on this." Nigel finished off the debate by calling for Theresa May to step down as Prime Minister. He said, "It's been a disaster from the start. The trouble is, what Theresa May is trying to do, is she wants to placate both sides of the argument within her own party. By trying to please everybody she's finished up pleasing nobody. She's in real trouble over this. Parliament's in trouble over this. Don't underestimate the anger that is out there in the country. People who voted for Brexit are genuinely beginning to feel betrayed, and that is not a good thing for our democratic system. The first and most important thing is to get rid of this Prime Minister. Not only is she a Remainer, Piers, but she's been utterly dishonest with us. She stands up and says we want to take back control of our country, our borders, our laws, as if someone's wound her up at the back just to say it, and then does the complete opposite. She has to go. We need to have a proper Brexiteer Prime Minister who puts in place an offer. A proper offer to the European Union who says take it or leave it. If Parliament was to dare challenge and vote down a Prime Minister that did that, he or she could hold a general election and sweep the country. That would be a little bit of honesty, a little bit of clarity. At the moment, no one trusts this Prime Minister and no one's happy." Piers' interview with Trump will air in full tonight, where the duo speak about Brexit in length, and Trump's conversations with the Prime Minister.